women graduate, I think. And it's made a big difference in the lives of these women. We can see how they become decision makers, they're more confident because when they come, they have no income, they're very dependent on the family. So our institute, a place in Molly Jogra, is a place where they share their emotions, they talk to people, we provide a space for creativity. So they really learn and also they grow, they become independent and they start making a living for themselves and the families.
And what is this Breaking Barriers program?
So Breaking Barriers is, so the other logo you see up here is Chima Trust, which has also been doing work with people in disability, especially the visually impaired, in education and uplifting them, providing them a higher education through making audiobooks. So the whole idea of breaking barriers, why we picked that as a theme, is that with the Common Table, we are filling a gap. We've already been doing that over 20 years, excuse me, with our NGOs that our families started, whether it's bridging the gap in the lack of infrastructure for people with disabilities in India with the visual impairment program, or uplifting women with Salai. So we thought that the Common Table would extend further to people who are maybe not considered underprivileged but also need equal amount of support to grow in their lives and become entrepreneurs. So that's basically why we picked the theme of breaking barriers. And I think Lena being here and with her launch of Anchor Within was a perfect fit for us because she addresses some of those issues and how people can kind of get over their own fears and get out of their own way to achieve success.
Okay. Lena, ma'am?
So the book came later, but I would say my journey started with a lot of success, a lot of achievement, a lot of validation from the external world. I was also living abroad like them, and I'm an American citizen. And so what I realized was that while I was achieving so much success academically, extracurricular, I was winning awards for dancing, etc., and then many more things, I only realized when I came from the US to India that I really was lacking a lot of tools and techniques to be change adaptive, to learn how to maneuver in different situations, because I was in a cozy home, protective parents, great school, etc. But then once the changes started coming in, the uncertainty started, kind of creeping into my life, I felt like I fell in an abyss. So while the external validation was there, the inner child was not feeling nurtured. There was no skill set beyond achievement. So I really found myself in a dire space where I couldn't manage, and so I had so much stress and anxiety. I wish at that time someone told me how to manage the mind and emotions, how to have the tools and processes and procedures, methods to manage that anxiety, to use those obstacles, perceived obstacles, and turn them into opportunities. And so because I struggled, I felt that I must also help people who, through my clients, working over 2 decades, helping them to find signature techniques, helping them evolve themselves, going further than what their perceived obstacles are, expanding their horizon. So achieving these tools, I thought I would document it in a book and start sharing it with people. The techniques that worked. So a lot of my book is about life lessons that we miss learning in school, but also the techniques that support that growth. Because a lot of times we have wisdom and knowledge, but there's no tools to support that growth and moving forward. And so my book aims to help every reader with a lot of tools and techniques, tried and tested over 20 years, to break their own barriers, get out of their own way, and go beyond the imagination. Start asking questions why, and be curious, rather than accepting the social prescription, which keeps us very small. Well, with stress and anxiety, as we know, and I said I didn't have the tools earlier, a lot of stress and anxiety got manifested in the body, so it's psychosomatic. And then I started developing chronic illnesses like sinus, migraines. But later, now in life, I've developed 3 autoimmunes. One is hypothyroidism, very common with women. One is vitiligo, where the uniformity of the skin breaks,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And being a former Miss India America and being raised by Marwadi parents who said, look good, be good, feel good, look pretty, do well, excel academically, and make us proud. So with that in mind, considering I have vitiligo, I feel I have the tools and the wisdom now to handle it. Otherwise, I think I would have got depressed, because a woman is really valued by her appearance and her looks, her demeanor,
Yeah.
much more than say men who might be psychologically affected, but they're still valued with their worth in terms of working, their their accomplishments, what they've established in life, etc. So yeah, but I think I handle it with grace now, because now it doesn't. And now whether I wear makeup or I don't wear makeup, it's from choice, that freedom of empowerment of choice, rather than need for validation and acceptance. So the wisdom and tools help me.
Yeah, that's